Welcome to In the Loop, the Walton Chamber of Commerce podcast, where we share the stories, ideas, and people helping our business community grow and thrive. We dive into conversations that keep you informed, inspired, and connected. Let's jump in for today's episode. Welcome to In the Loop, the podcast of the Walton County Chamber of Commerce, where we connect you with people, businesses, and stories that make our community special. Today, we are talking to 3 successful small business owners from very different backgrounds. We'll hear about their journeys, lessons that they learned along the way, challenges they've overcome, and advice they would share with any entrepreneurs. Whether you're thinking about starting a business, growing a business, or simply looking for a little inspiration for what you're already doing, I think you'll find some valuable takeaways in today's conversation. So let's jump in. I'm so excited to have with us today Lisa Anderson. And Lisa and her family have owned a business and businesses here for years. So Lisa, tell us about your business or businesses and how you got started.
Well, thank you, Teri, for inviting me to be here this morning. I'm very excited. This is our 40th year to be in retail. We started in 1986, and it's hard to believe. And we started with flower shop. My mother was approached with purchasing a Donnie's Flowers from Donnie Ash, and it's something my mom had wanted to do. I was just finishing college with a business management degree, and so that's how we got started in retail.
Yes. Yeah. Was that the Donnie's Flowers that was beside where Quality Food is now?
That's right. We were in a small location in that shopping center. Bought that in 1986, and then in 1990 we built the building on the corner of Breedlove and Spring, and grew from there. And then we had a couple of spaces on each side of that building, and we leased them out, and then we opened a boutique in one and a men's store in the other, and just have served the community in retail for 40 years now.
So tell us, after that move, where did you go?
So we moved from that location to Great Oaks Plaza out on Highway 138, and that we were there for 3 years. Our goal was to be downtown Monroe in the business district of Monroe, and it happened. So we purchased the building at 134 North Broad and moved our boutique there. Mm-hmm. We sold the flower shop prior to that, so we had the boutique and moved it there in 2000 maybe 2009.
Mm-hmm. If you're like me, all the years run together.
They do.
Yes.
My brother could keep up with all that, but I'm not that great with the years.
And tell us where you're located now, because you moved from there.
We're right down here at 136 West Highland.
Mm-hmm. Right around the corner from the chamber.
From here, and we moved there. We wanted to continue to be in the downtown district, but we wanted our own parking. Mm-hmm. And so it just became available, and we purchased that building. And this October will be 5 years that we've been in that location.
5 years?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I guess that's right, because we moved in here in late 2020.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's about the same time y'all were renovating that location.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. Well, that's awesome, and congratulations on 40 years.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So we already talked about where your business was located, but tell us, who is your customer?
My customer is mostly female. Mm-hmm. The men that come in are buying for their wife. I was going to say, your husband is a fabulous customer. You want to hear that, don't you?
I'm happy for that.
Yes. So, middle-aged lady, and our customer is from Monroe, Walton County. We branch out into Oconee and Clark and Barrow and Gwinnett. We draw a customer from surrounding counties.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome. Now, you also, so when you moved downtown and then over where you are now, you also added a furniture and home decor store.
So we do have J. Reynolds Furniture. So along with our boutique is our furniture store. And we are a very traditional store. You will find a lot of blue and white porcelain, a lot of color, a lot of pretty accessories, along with our sofas and chairs are made in America. We carry some of the best lines around.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have enjoyed our sofa week.
That's awesome. That's great.
We have really enjoyed it. Yes. Okay. So tell us a challenge that taught you an important lesson as a business owner.
Well, there have been a lot of challenges of owning your own business. I would say probably the biggest challenge was when COVID hit. And the town was like a ghost town for about 4 or 5 weeks. And the doors were closed. You know, it was a scary time for most people. And we thought, okay, we've got to generate and make it work. And so we used our flower gallery skills. We made flowers. My mom got out her sewing machine. We made stuffed rabbits and carrots and things because it was close to Easter. And put those on social media. People said, please go put that on my daughter's door. Would you bring that to my house? So we never really were in contact with a customer, but we made it work.
Yeah.
And thank goodness Governor Kemp opened, within 4 or 5 weeks, he said, let's open your doors back up. Limit your, how many customers can come in. That probably taught us more than anything.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
To learn to make it work.
Yeah.
When your doors are closed, there are other ways to generate business.
And y'all still do, like the pillows and...
We do.
What else
So
do you
that
still
kind of
sew and
opened
make?
up, that really led into, in our furniture store, we carry our own flower arrangements, our own wreaths. We make some of our pillows.
The Christmas stockings.
The Christmas stockings, yes.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
awesome.
So that is a great accessory in our store.
Yeah, that's very cool. Okay, what is one thing you do consistently that's helped your business over the years?
I would say great customer service. We love our customers. We get to know our customers. We are constantly calling them or reaching out to them if we haven't seen them in a while. I would say, when they're in the store, we're gonna carry on a conversation with them. We're gonna find out a lot about them, and we have so many people say thank you for taking the time to talk with me. And so I think that alone is probably our number one reason for succeeding.
Well, your customer service on gift wrapping is amazing.
We offer the most fabulous gift wrapping.
It's
My
beautiful.
mother, it does not go out the door. We call her quality control. It does not go out the door unless it's just beautiful. And you would be, men that come in and shop for their wives or their mother or special lady in their life, they don't know how to gift wrap.
No.
So they're like, oh, they gift wrap for us, and they love it.
Oh, yeah.
So
I know Lisa will say, do you want that gift wrap? Duh. Right?
Yes.
Of course we want it gift wrapped. And beautiful bows, which I save and put on other gifts as if I did them myself.
well, good. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yes. So how important, you already kind of mentioned this a little bit, relationships. How important have relationships, networking, and community involvement been to your success, do you think?
Well, Teri, I'm all about networking and community involvement. Have always been involved, been on the chamber board twice, currently sit on the Downtown Development Authority, and you have got to get involved in your community. You have got to network and be a part of the community. It keeps your name out there. Not just that, but I care about the community, so I want to be involved and help make a difference. And so it's very important, networking and community involvement.
Yeah. Speaking of involved in your community, do y'all still do the flowers downtown? I know y'all do ours.
We do.
Yeah. So why don't you tell them about that? All the beautiful planters downtown.
So we have planters throughout town and planters at City Hall and here, and we do Synovus Bank. And so we do those planters twice a year. And that goes back to our flower gallery days of learning so much about flowers, and so we love doing that.
Yes, that's awesome. Such a good community service project.
Thank you.
To keep downtown beautiful, and I know we appreciate you.
Well,
doing
I'm all about that. Keep it, beautiful, and it does look good. Driving through town along with the pretty banners, and our people, have done a great job in facades of their storefronts, and so we have a beautiful little town.
Yes. Okay, what's something you've learned about serving customers that every business owner could benefit from?
I would say getting to know your customer. That means so much to them, and you learn a lot about them and what they're experiencing in life. A lot of them share things with you, and you never know what someone is going through. But I would say, just pay them some attention and get to know them and learn about them, and they appreciate it. Because so many stores they go into, they say, they speak, but that's it. And I believe that brings them back. They
Feel
enjoy.
like you care.
We do care.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome. Okay, if our listeners remember only one thing from our conversation today, what do you think it should be?
I would say serve your community. Get involved. Don't be one of those that sits back and watches what happens. Be the person that's there and involved in making it happen.
Yeah, I love that.
Yes.
All right, so at the end of every interview, we do a little what we call rapid fire. Get to know you a little bit better. So just a few questions. Coffee or tea?
Well, I love both, but it would be coffee.
Okay. Early bird or night owl?
Both. I usually rise about 6 or 6:30 in the morning, and it's real hard for me to go to sleep before 11:30 or so at night.
Wow, so you don't require a lot of sleep.
I should. I mean, some days I feel like I need more sleep, and no, I don't.
Yes, I was going to take you for a night owl.
Yes.
Beach or mountains?
Beach.
Introvert or extrovert?
Extrovert.
Well, I think we know the answer to that one, right?
Yes.
So finish this sentence. I love Walton County because?
Wow. I was born and raised here. I love it because it's my roots. But I also love it because of the community spirit. And our county and our cities within the county all bond and get along great. So many communities don't have that. And that is important, that our leaders on all levels have come together. And it makes Walton County what it is.
Yeah.
So I would say that's why I love Walton County.
That's awesome.
So everyone gets along.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much
Thank you,
for
Teri.
joining us and
Yes.
giving us some insight into you and
I
your
enjoyed it so
businesses.
much.
Yes. So visit Side Street Boutique or Jay Reynolds. And
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Appreciate being here.
awesome. Thank
Yes.
you. This month's podcast is sponsored by Northside Hospital Cancer Institute. Northside Hospital Cancer Institute is built to beat cancer. They're built to see you sooner, with leading specialists and life-saving second opinions available within 5 days. Built to bring care closer, with more locations than anyone else in Georgia, including right down the road in Covington and Conyers. Built to get you through, with dedicated patient navigators by your side every step of the way. Northside Hospital Cancer Institute, built to beat cancer. Learn more at northside.com/cancer. Okay, another guest that we have this month with us is Tracy with Pelican Snowballs. Hi, Tracy.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us. This is kind of cool.
Yes, can't wait to hear all your wisdom. So tell us about your business and how you got started.
Okay, so I own Pelican Snowballs, which is a local, we're a shaved ice. We serve ice cream, desserts and sundaes and all that cool stuff. We are a franchise. We have the location in Loganville, soon to be also in Tucker, Georgia.
Congratulations.
And thank you. And we got started because I am a realtor by trade, was in real estate for some years prior to this. And I was looking at my life as we often do. And I was trying to figure out, okay, what's my next step? What am I going to be doing going forward? I was thinking about my parents and their age, and I was thinking about my husband and, okay, I was thinking to myself, my parents have a business they've had for years. They're going to retire. I said, can I survive? Can I take care of all these people on real estate? Is what I was thinking. There are people who do it. Yes. The question was, do I want to work that hard?
Yeah.
So I started looking at some different avenues. But prior to that, my daughter was at the University of Tennessee. She was in college, and she used to tell me, Mom, you got to go to this place. It's called Pelicans. They have an amazing product, and it's this and that. And so when I'd visit her, we'd go. And then when she'd come home, there was one in Conyers at the time. So we'd go up there, and there was a few in Marietta and different places. So that'd be kind of a road trip. Hey, let's go to a Pelicans. And one day she said, we should open one of these. And I was like, yeah, right. We're not going to do that. And so I started thinking about it. I thought, let me check into this. So I went online and checked into what it was, a franchise. And next thing you know, here we are.
You have a Pelicans.
Here we have a Pelicans.
That's awesome. I love that story.
Yeah, so that's how it comes. So of course my daughter reminds me often. It's because of her.
Does she want to run the business when she gets done with college? She just wanted you to open one.
Yeah, so after we opened it, she would say, "I can't believe you did this. Like you were serious." I said, "Nina, I don't."
But you weren't?
Yeah, you weren't. You're just talking. So yeah, you know me. I'm not a good window shopper. If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it, and if I'm not, I'm not. So.
Yes, I love that. So tell us exactly where you're located in Loganville, and who is your customer?
Okay, so we are on. Depending on how long you've been in Loganville, we're either on 81 or we're on 20.
Okay.
But the street address is Lawrenceville Road. So that is the story. So if you call the Georgia Power, they don't know who we are unless we say Highway 20.
Okay.
You caught the other people, they're like, oh, no, you're off of 81. So it depends on how long. But our address is actually 4501 Lawrenceville Road. We're right, we're right a stone's throw from Atlanta Highway or 78, depending on, again, how long you've been here. And we're on a bypass road kind of, but we're across the street from Razzle's Daycare. We're down the street from Cup and Saucer, the breakfast restaurant. And funny story, right next door, the property that we're leasing right now was owned by the Birds. And we know the Bird Street. So the Birds were somewhere around. The building that we're in had been a TV repair shop for I don't know, a lot of years, 50 years or so. It's an older building, but the Birds owned it. Miss Mary Bird still lives next door, 2 doors down. And she's getting on up there in age. Her husband has passed, I think, about 10 years ago. So there's some history to the property that we're in. They no longer own it, but that's where we are. Awesome. It's a big pink and blue building. You can't miss it. I have a little joke. I tell people that if they've been passing by that building and they have children, and they have not stopped, it's just a little bit of child abuse. Because there is no way you can look at that building and it screams fun.
Yeah.
And not say, let me check this out for my kids. So yeah, that's what I tell people.
Yes.
You guys, you're abusing your kids if you bring
I love that. Okay, so for the viewers watching who don't know anything about 20 or Lawrenceville Road or any of the things, let's say we're at the traffic light we're 78 and 81 connect. And you turn left and you get to Meridian and all the things, right? So do you turn right at that traffic light or do you go up right before McDonald's and turn right?
If you are you're at the city hall, at that light?
No, I'm at the first light, right there where 78 is here.
Like across from
and
the QT?
81, yes. No, I'm before that. If I'm coming from Monroe, Maxi Price, I think, is right there.
Coming from Monroe.
Yeah.
You will, if you're coming from Monroe, where Growers Outlet is. We're right at that intersection.
Okay, so you're going to go up to the next light right before you get to McDonald's.
Yes, exactly.
And you're going to turn right.
And you're going to turn right, and we're just not even a mile down. So you see Pea and Pod, and then you see...
I think that's 20. I think that's Highway 20.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Again,
but I don't know.
Depends.
Yeah, I don't know. What does GPS say it is?
I haven't even looked.
I'm going to put it in.
It's gonna say Lawrenceville Road.
There you go. Yes. Awesome. Okay. I just wanted to do that so our viewers would have a better idea of where you were located. So, all right. So what is a challenge that's taught you an important lesson as a business owner?
My family's been in business for a long time. My parents have owned a car wash for 30 years. and I've worked for a lot of small business owners. So I don't think I would say that in this particular business that it's necessarily important lessons, but one of the challenges that we have in our business here at this particular time is it is really hard, I believe, for business owners to get the word out about who they are and where they are, because we do not have the same medium that we used to have as far as, people aren't sitting down watching TV. Commercials are expensive. Yeah. And if you are going to do one at our small scale, it's going to be on cable in the middle of the night. People don't listen to the radio like they used to. It's more podcasts and different things like that. So I think the biggest challenge is trying to let everyone know that you're here. Yeah. Word of mouth is great, but they say if people have a great experience, they tell one person. They have a bad experience, they tell 10. Yep. So I think that's one of the biggest challenges as a business owner today is letting people know who you are, where you are. And you guys could even find it probably in what you do. Yeah. Is the amount of business owners that are out there versus the amount of memberships you have. Yeah, sure. There's always going to be a challenge and room for growth. So I think that's one of the biggest challenges that what it's taught me is that, as business owners, it's a grind.
Do you rely on social media a lot?
We do rely on social media a lot, but even still, when people come and they're like, "Oh, you should advertise." Where? Yeah. If you don't follow us, there's, the way they've done social media now, because they want it to be a revenue stream. If you're not paying, it's not really going anywhere. Yeah. So.
So what is something you do consistently that's helped you grow your business?
We are trying to create for ourselves, for me, as being a business owner, it's not about the snowballs. It's not about, for me, it's not about, I just wanted to sell shaved ice. I am trying to create something for the community. I'm trying to create a space that people can come and say, hey, this is something for us to do in Loganville. We are one of there's 220 locations. There's about 25 maybe in Georgia. Oh, wow. We're number 1 in Georgia, number 2 in the company.
That's fantastic.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you. So, I strive to be, because I'm competitive, so I'm strive to be number 1, but in the company. But
you're going to do it this year.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. So, but what I'm trying to do is create that, but I'm only one person. And so it is hard because you still have a place to manage. You still have events to go to. And a lot of people do see us when we're at events as well, but they still haven't necessarily heard of us, even though the franchise has been around for 25 years.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say, I remember seeing you at a field day or two, right?
Right.
And so I would think that's a great marketing tool for you because you sell on site there, so it's a moneymaker, but also letting the families know that you're serving that day. Oh, we have a location in Loganville. You can get this anytime, not just on field day.
Right. And that's one of the things I need to do better. I probably need a sign saying, here is our location. Yeah. Or something that I travel with.
Or something.
What ends up happening, we get so busy at an event.
Oh, yeah, I know.
That it's, I don't think about it. I'm like, okay, that's something that I need to do better at being in the moment when it's, when you're serving and taking money and that sort of thing. The other thing is too, there's competition because there's other people who do the same thing, and there's some bigger companies that everybody knows, and there's some smaller companies that people haven't heard of. But a lot of times when we're at events, people just think, oh, you just do events. Speaking of field days, we went to a big field day this last season, and a couple said, yes, we've been seeing you for 4 years. We figured, we thought, well, you guys would probably close up the first year, and then we thought the second year, but you're still there. So we think we might stop by. Great, thank you.
Well, thanks for keeping me in business for the last 4 years.
Right. I know. It's crazy, the things. Somebody told me the other day.
They didn't want to get hooked.
Yeah, they said, I'm going to stop by there when it gets hotter. I'm like, how much hotter does it need to be?
Yeah, it was 90 yesterday.
Exactly. And they said this like It was yesterday.
Oh, funny.
Yeah,
That's
it was
funny.
yesterday.
Well, it's absolutely delicious.
Oh, thank you.
I have had it. So it's pineapple is my favorite flavor to add to mine. Okay, so how important have relationships, networking, and community involvement been to your success, do you think?
I think they're important. Sometimes I unfortunately, this is just me. You guys can edit this out if you like. I have this thing that I will go to local businesses. I'm all about local businesses, but I might go to you twice, and if I haven't seen you at your business, at my business, I stop.
Yeah, I scratch your back, you scratch mine, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And the people don't even know. I don't go to you. You know why don't you? They don't know I don't go.
Right.
It's not that it matters, but just my little thing. It's like, I'm trying to support you and you're not supporting me, so we're not going to support each other.
Yeah. Hi. Yeah.
So that's just, I think networking is important. I think it's important to, especially if you are touting local and you want to be a part of a local community and you want to be a part of a local business, I think it's important.
Do you leave cards when you go places local so that they know who you are, or you just wear your?
I wear my shirts everywhere.
Okay.
That's probably the biggest thing is the shirts. I can usually tell how many people know about us by who recognizes the shirts. Like there's certain places I go, I'll see other customers, and if I go up the street a little bit, nobody says anything. If I go to certain schools, the kids are like, wow. Then if I go, there's another school I went to, it was in Loganville, but it was like right on the Snellville side, which you'd have to cross over 78 to get us. So most of the kids live on the other side. I don't think I had one kid say, oh my God, it's Pelicans.
Oh.
So that tells me they're not getting over, they don't even know we're there. They're not getting to the other side of Loganville, which I've heard people say before. I've never even traveled down this road.
Yeah.
So.
And then I also heard people say like it's easier to get to y'all like in the Walton County side than it is the Gwinnett side because of traffic.
Exactly.
So yeah. So
because we get a lot of Monroe. A lot of Monroe customers, more so, and Georgia's kind of I'm from California, but Georgia's kind of a weird little thing where if you've traveled 20 minutes, people think that it's on the other side of the world. It's so strange.
Yeah.
And especially being a realtor, I say, if you haven't traveled an hour, you haven't been anywhere.
Yeah.
Everything takes an hour.
Yeah. Well,
unfortunately.
I've been here my entire life, so you had to travel to get anything.
That's true.
And
now
I
they've
think
built things
changing,
closer. Yeah.
So I think maybe people are just getting accustomed to having options closer by. So
I agree.
They're not traveling.
I agree.
As far. But Loganville's not far from Monroe or Social Circle or any of the places. So, so what is something that you've learned about serving customers that every business could benefit from?
Something I've learned about serving customers. One of the things I learned, and I learned it a long time ago when I used to work for Nordstrom when I was right out of college. And Nordstrom has if you're not familiar with their concepts of how they do customer service, they have schools on it. They, not as much now that the grandsons and stuff have taken over, but when it was in its heyday, if you will, when we were all at the malls, they have just a concept of what it is to serve a customer and how you serve a customer. If we said we opened at 10, we actually would be open at 9:55.
Yeah.
If we said we closed at this time, they had a big thing. They had a Nordstrom that had taken over a Sears location, and somebody came to return their tires.
Oh.
And Nordstrom returned them.
Wow.
Yeah. So those are the kinds of things that they would do for years. They did not have sensors on their clothes or anything because they felt it told customers, we don't trust you.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, interesting. They have them now. Yeah. But there was, so that's how I kind of had cut my teeth on. And one thing that you would ask customers, and it usually diffuses people. I used to use this in my parents' business too. And someone comes and they have a complaint. What would you like me to do for you?
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Put it back in their table.
Yeah.
And nobody ever says, I want a free one.
Right.
what they usually say is, well, I just wanted you to know. Something about putting people on the spot. Okay, how would you like me to fix this?
Yeah. Yeah.
What would you like me to do? And it kind of dispels things, and it has them stop and think. Well, and it kind of puts you back in the driver's seat.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that.
Because they don't really have an answer. They really are waiting for you just to fight them.
They just wanted you to hear them out.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. What will fix this?
Yes. What can we do to fix this?
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. So if our listeners remember only one thing from our conversation today, other than where you're located, what would you want that to be?
That Pelican Snowballs, at least the Loganville location, we try to be and strive to be a place for the community to come and gather, a place for you to come for your kids. It's not going to cost you too much. The kids are going to have a big screen TV to watch movies and games outside and inside, and just a place that you don't have to travel far to go. We want to be a community place, and we want to be a place where, hey, let's go to Pelicans, where everyone, there's something for everyone there.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I love that. Okay. So what we do at the end of each podcast interview is a little rapid fire, get to know you a little better. So coffee or tea?
Iced coffee.
Iced coffee. Early bird or night owl?
Night owl.
Oh, okay. Beach or mountains?
Mountains.
Introvert or extrovert? Or in the middle?
I'm kind of in the middle because people think I'm an extrovert, but not really.
Okay. Okay. Finish this sentence. I love Walton County because?
I love Walton County because it's small enough to put your hands around it. You can see people. You can see people on a daily walk that you see all the time. Yeah.
I love that.
Because there's other counties that, I could have easily, just because we're right on the line, could have easily joined Gwinnett County Chamber. But I chose Walton because of the small town and the community atmosphere.
Yeah. I love that. Well, thank you so much for taking
Thank you
time
for
to be
having
with
us.
us today. We are so excited to have another guest on the podcast today. And we have Laura here and Kamilleri.
Very good.
Look, there you go. I was like, I'm probably going to butcher this, but okay, good. So Carrie always says, Laura, comma. We're like, Kamilleri.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So Laura, tell us about your business and how you got started.
So I started Lampstand blogging and content creation. It was not really a name when I first started. I was a private school teacher. I had a little bitty kid. My then husband was in the military, and I did not like teaching and making pennies. It was fine. The job was fine, but it was a private school. I lived in rural Louisiana. It was not it. So I was like, I really don't want to do this forever. How can I shift? And so I had read about freelance writing, and I was like, let's just see what happens. And so I actually purchased like a kind of a blueprint for how to start. And within a month, I had made that money back. And I was like, oh, this might be sustainable.
Yeah.
And so within like 5 or 6 months, I had replaced my private school teacher income, which, again, pennies. But I was like, okay, like this feels like this is reasonable. So made the jump, stopped teaching, and really dove into it. And it was a lot of, feast and famine in those early days.
Right.
But really just dove into freelance writing, and that was about 12 and a half years ago. So it's changed a lot. It used to just be slap the keywords in the content and move on with your day. It's definitely changed a lot with AI and the way that Google has changed and the algorithms and everything. But so it's been 12 and a half years and going strong.
Awesome. So lampstand blogging.
Yes.
You don't just do blogging.
Correct.
Tell us what else you do.
So, well, it's funny because I called it content creation before content creation is what it became. Now it's like videos. And I'm like, I don't do videos. We do, the bulk of it is blogging. That is most of what I do. I do a lot of website content, new websites, rebuilds of websites, anything that needs to be refreshed, but we do anything writing. So we have done magazine articles. We've done, email marketing, we've done press releases, white pages, really anything that has to be written, edited, proofread, rewritten. We have a lot of people who are like, hey, I have had this website for 10 years and it's not very good. And so we'll take the content because it's the same general message and we just make it better, honestly. Like we optimize it for Google. We increase, kind of, we're trying to drive engagement and get more people interested and trying to click through to read other things. And so anything that involves writing. And then the other side of it is we do the content marketing as well. So when a business is struggling to be found online, when they're just not getting engagement on socials, we will kind of come up with a strategy. We will do keyword research, and we kind of figure out different ways to implement a strategy for people to get more traction on their website.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything with social media at all?
Yes. So we do social media management. Again, I don't do the videos, but like a lot of people struggle with just the consistency of posting content. Or they're like, I don't even know what to post. Like, should I just go in there and put my sales? Like, no, you shouldn't. Like, that's part of it, right? But that's just one piece of it. So we will create a content calendar. We have a strategy. We go, again, with the keyword research and what is driving traffic and what's working and what's not working. We do the image creation. We will schedule it. We don't necessarily do the engagement side. People need to be on their own socials, talking to customers and responding to things and stuff. We don't necessarily do that side of it, but any of the social media management side we will.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. So your business is located out of your house.
It is.
We've kind of talked about this a little bit, but who are your customers?
Mostly small and mid-sized businesses. I work directly with a lot of business owners. I work with like marketing leads. So maybe it's a bigger company and they have a marketing team, but it's small, or maybe they're, hey, we're just like showing up at networking events, but we need the digital side of it. I also really like working with digital marketing companies. So they're, managing kind of the back end side that I don't necessarily do of websites and things like that, but they need content because that's what's driving traffic. And so they don't want to do the content themselves because it takes time and effort and expertise. And so I will work with them as a contractor. So they're sort of the go-between, like there's me, there's them, there's the client. But it's really nice because then, we're kind of all on the same page. They have the same strategy maybe for, 10 different clients. And so I get to work with them directly and manage one person, but through multiple accounts.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm backtracking just a minute just because I'm curious. Did you teach language arts or English?
Sure did.
When you Okay.
What's funny though is I
thought about that.
I have an art degree, and I don't know, college was a lot, but I finished and I was like, what am I supposed to do with an art degree? I was a nanny. Nobody would hire me because I had an art degree. And then I was like, it's okay, I'm going to go back to school and be an English teacher. And then I got like halfway through grad school and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. So I didn't actually complete a degree in English education, but I had the equivalent of an English degree. And so I was able to teach at a private school.
Yeah.
And, English, middle school.
Yeah, I just had to ask. I'm like, writing, language arts. Is that what
I've
you
always
taught?
been good at it. I've always enjoyed it. And so it was kind of a natural transition. So.
But I can actually see art degree, like being able to be creative and visualize, like how are these words going to really pop for the customer?
Well,
I think that probably helps you, right?
It does. It does. And I think the overall experience, I've gotten to do a lot more like artistic stuff of people being like, can you just create images for me? And I'm like, I can actually, like I do have that ability. And kind of integrating that with like formatting of newsletters and things like that has been fun.
Oh, good. Good. Okay. What is a challenge that taught you an important lesson as a business owner?
Okay. So when I read this question, there's a couple different things I thought of. One, I was that kid that was like terrified of authority. Like if somebody scolded me or criticized me or called me, I would just like crumble. I'm not that way as an adult, thank God. But I had a client probably 7 or 8 years ago who was just a pain in my side. I mean, he was miserable. And he would constantly like, no, I'm not going to pay for that edit. No, I'm not going to do this. No, I'm not going to do that. And I finally was like, listen, here's what's happening. Like I'm asking you for more information. You're not giving me more information. I'm sending you this piece. And then you have 47 edits that I asked you about and you never gave them to me. And so it got to a point where I was like, this isn't worth it. Like, I don't want to work with you anymore. And he was like, what? And I was like, I'm not trying to be mean, but like, it's not worth the effort. And so it was kind of this weird, like coming of age where I was like, I'm an adult and I can not work with people that I don't want to work with. Like,
that's right.
It was this weird, like, but it was this challenge, right? Of this, like, hey, this is really unpleasant. And this is not, every time he'd email me, I'd be like, oh my gosh. And so trying to manage that from a responsible, professional perspective while still being like, no, I have boundaries and you're crossing them. And so we're finished. It was I guess that's a weird challenge, but that was the thing I thought of.
Did he change up or did you?
Oh no,
really
I
cancel?
said bye.
Okay.
I said bye. We're done.
Okay, good for you. Okay, what is one thing you do consistently that you feel like has helped your business grow?
Networking, without a doubt. I spent probably the first 7 years not networking. It was just referral based. And it was great. I mean, it was nice, but I kind of hit what I feel like was like my limit. Like I was like, wow, I'm just like not getting more clients, or, you know, as I lose one, I gain one. So I wasn't just, you know, increasing my revenue. And I actually met John O'Long through a friend at church years ago. And he's like, you should come to this chamber luncheon with me. And I was like, no, I'm not a networker. I don't know. Like, I work from home by myself for a reason. Like, I like being alone. It's fine. And he's like, no, really, you should come. Because I had asked him about, you know, how do you get new clients? And he's like, come along. And so that very first meeting, he was speaking. I met you and Kenny and Carrie, and I was like, oh, this is intense. Like, these are like the people. Like, this is wild. And so I kept coming back, and it really was quick how I just started getting involved with people and started meeting people. And I think beyond just the networking part, the relationship building and the consistently showing up, because it's one thing to, you know, stand in a room and say, hey, here's what I do. And maybe one or two people are like, oh yeah, I'm interested in that. But having a relationship to where somebody's at an event and you're not there. Like, I had somebody last week, hey, I was at this event and met a lady who needs your services. Can I connect you?
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't even there. And I was getting, you know, potentially clients from it. So I think the relationship building and trying to help other people out, even if it's, you know, hey, I don't have that expertise, but let me connect you with somebody who does, has been a big, a big part.
Yes, I love that. We always say, like, you might not meet your customer at a chamber event, but they might know somebody that needs you. Right? So that's awesome. Sure. And that's why the relationships are so important.
Yeah.
So to our next question, how important have relationships, networking, and community involvement been to your success?
I mean, essential. Like, there's no way I would be where I am currently without all of those things. Like,
good.
I would have just folded up.
Or you just would have been remain the same, right? Yeah. Okay, that's awesome. How many? I might be putting you on the spot here, but approximately how many new customers do you feel like you've had since getting involved?
I would have to look and see. I think the thing is, it's been consistent. Like, maybe it's not, you know, 10 all at once or, you know, one every 2 weeks or anything like that, but it's been consistent with, like, it's frequently happening. Yeah. Whether I'm at events or I'm not at events, like, the network is still networking, you know, it's still, people are still showing up. I'd have to look into the numbers though.
But that's good. Yeah. Okay. And Laura also does blogging for the chamber.
I do.
So, and if you're wondering how the chamber could help your business, that was our last blog post.
It was.
On how to make your chamber membership work for you.
Spoken from personal experience.
Yes. Okay. So what's something that you've learned about serving customers that every business owner could benefit from?
This one's, I don't know.
Other than fire the hard ones.
Right. I mean, I think that is part, I mean, honestly, like, that's part of it is, like, as a business owner, like, I'm not answering to a boss. So, like, I'm my own boss. So I have to hold myself accountable to, like, is this serving me and my business and my customers well? But the other side of it is just being honest. Like, at the very beginning, I just said yes to everything. I remember one of the first blogs I ever wrote was about Xeriscaping.
Okay, never heard of that.
It took me hours. I got paid like $8 for it. But it took me hours because I was like, yes, of course I'll do that. And then I was like, what was I thinking?
What is this?
I don't even know what this is. It's some sort of like irrigation type thing. But it's saying yes to everything at the beginning, I think, was necessary, right? Like, you're brand new, you're starting out. But now there are things people have asked me. I had this lady ask me, she was referred to me and she said, you know, I'm really trying to grow my email list. I was like, great, I can help with that. She said, but what I really need is a LinkedIn expert. Can you do that? I said, I can write content for LinkedIn. Like, I know the strategy. I know how to implement it. I'm not a LinkedIn expert. And like 5 years ago, I would have been like, yeah, totally. I could do that because I wanted the job and I wanted, right. And like, I can teach myself that, surely. And I probably could, and it probably would have been fine. But I think being honest in those ways and saying like, yeah, no, that really is past my capability. And being somewhat selective in, you know, certain things. Like, I could do that. Do I want to? Not really.
Right.
So what is going to fill me up and benefit my customer better? Like, that's the thing that I need to choose.
Yeah. Love it. Love it. Okay, if our listeners were to remember one thing from our conversation today, what would you want that to be?
Okay, well, let me ask. Are most of the listeners chamber members?
I don't know. We don't know who's listening.
Okay. So join the chamber if you're not a member of the chamber.
Okay.
If you are, show up to events. Even if you're not, show up to events, right? You can come to a couple like coffee and connections without being a member. I think it's just the value is just never ending. And I think it is what you put into it. You know, you can join the chamber and yes, you've got your name on the email or on the website and, you know, downstairs and stuff. But if you're not showing up, you're not engaging, you're not building the relationships, it's not going to come back to you the way that you want it to. So I would say that. And then also, you know, if you need content writing or marketing, or,
there you go.
You know, hit me up.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, what we do at the end of each of our podcasts with guests is a little rapid fire to get to know you a little better. So some quick questions here. Coffee or tea?
Coffee all day.
Coffee.
Literally.
Right? Yes, me too. Early bird or night owl?
I'm not really either. I would say night owl. I don't like the mornings.
Okay.
I don't like to stay up late either. I don't know.
Beach or mountains?
Beach.
Introvert or extrovert?
Introvert.
Okay.
I read that there's some sort of term, but I'm like, I'm an outgoing introvert. I can hang and I can do things and talk to people and network. But
yeah. So you heard an introvert that likes networking, right?
Oh no, I don't like networking. I'm
but you know
okay
it's
at it.
important and you do it, right? You get out of your comfort zone
So
and you
much
do it.
rather be at my house in my pajamas, just at my computer. But it's important, and it does, you know, it fills you up in a different way, I think. And as long as you're balancing it with the alone time, it works for introverts.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Finish this sentence. I love Walton County because.
There's so many reasons. I grew up in Gwinnett, and my kids were in Gwinnett for a little while. And as soon as we came out, I was real nervous about moving to Walton County, and it's been everything I hoped it would be, and then some. Like, it's the community. That's probably it. The community, not just with the chamber, but just, you know, it's got the little like small town feel, but it's people know everybody else, and I don't know. It's just people support each other, and especially in the chamber, I think people are really supportive and encouraging, and yeah, the community.
Awesome.
It's great.
Well, thank you so much for joining us
thank
today.
you.
I appreciate getting to know you a little better.
Absolutely. It's been fun.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us for this episode of In the Loop. A special thank you to our guests for sharing their stories, their insights, and wisdom with us for this episode. Small businesses truly are the backbone of our community, and we hope today's conversation inspired you, encouraged you, and maybe even gave you a few ideas to apply in your own business or career. Every successful business starts with someone willing to take a chance, learn along the way, and keep moving forward. Be sure to follow the Walton County Chamber for future episodes, events, and opportunities to connect. Until next time, remember that great businesses are built on great relationships, and those relationships can last a lifetime. See you next time. Thank you for joining us on In the Loop. If you enjoyed today's conversation, share it with others, and don't forget to follow or subscribe so you never miss another episode. We'll see you next time, and until then, stay connected.